Good evening. It's easier in some ways to face about what will be happening over the next couple of weeks as we return to church. As you know, there will be permission to open the churches the first Sunday in July with up to 100 persons. Well, the reality is that you're more at risk in a crowd, so we're going to do this in a staged way. We're going to have our first service in Dunmore East on the first Sunday in July at 11:30. And church will be a bit different in that we're really rigorously marking out social distance, that there will be 2 meters between us. You'll be asked to sanitize your hands going in. A warden will take note of everybody who's there in the event of, God forbid, somebody having COVID, that we can have social tracing from that event. And if somebody new comes into the church, we'll ask them for their name and their contact number, and we keep those details for 3 weeks. So if, God forbid, anybody takes ill with COVID, we can track everyone who's in church and give that information to the HSE. It's going to look different because you're going to see much fewer people there. You'll see lovely familiar faces there, and that'll be great. There won't be any singing because your breathing could put others at risk. There won't be a collection, there'll be a retiring collection. You'll go in the front door and you'll go out the back door. There'll be no teas for obvious reasons. Won't be a sign of peace. There won't be wine for the moment. We're just going to have breads, and the breads we're having are little wheaten breads. Now, what's going to be most weird of all is to see your clergy wearing masks and visors when it comes to the service. Because if you come up for communion, we could be the transmitters of disease and the virus, because we will be under that 1 meter distance between you and us. And so to protect you and us, we're going to wear a visor. So it'll look weird, a bit alien, but it will be an act of worship, a shortened one you'll be delighted to hear. So we'll try to aim to have it as respectful, as friendly, as accommodating as possible, but really taking note of social distance, sanitizing, and respiratory hygiene. We'll ask you, please, if you could wear a mask when you're in church. It's not that that protects you, but if all of us do it and the virus is somewhere asymptomatically between us, others are safer. And if you've got asthma or hay fever and you're snuffling and sneezing, well, others won't get worried around you. The vestry has put a lot of work into this, the wardens cleaning the churches, and you'll get some details that are a bit tough when you read them first, that we're aiming to have funerals Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning, because we have to have a 72-hour gap between services in case any virus lands on any hard surface. And if, God forbid, that's too long, and it's inhuman to have it too long, we'll have to have a deep clean, a professional deep clean of the building to make sure you're safe. The only thing that matters is that you're safe. God is God, God is there, beginning, middle, and end, always. But work with us on this one, because if, God forbid, there's a second wave of this dreaded virus, community gatherings are dodgy places to be. I'm not going to tell people who are compromised health-wise to stay at home. You're intelligent and your spiritual needs may come first, but it's your call, not ours. So we'll do everything to keep you safe, and we need your help in keeping everybody around us safe. So please help us maintain social distance. Don't come if you're in any way ill. Please don't. Sanitize your hands. And we won't be using hymnals or pew sheets. We'll give them out, or we'll give out a pew sheet, and you take that home with you. So it is weird, but these are weird times. And I hope that we'll just do right by each other throughout all of this. One final point. If somebody takes ill during a service, we're going to call an ambulance, because there's a risk that if you take ill suddenly, it may not be COVID. It may be an underlying ailment exacerbated by COVID. So we've been advised to basically take all sudden illness like that and treat it as COVID. Strange times, but let's do right by each other. Really look forward to seeing you. It'll be a graduated return. First 2 Sundays, Dunmore, third Sunday, Cathedral, and then in consultation with Anstown and Tramore, we look at the situation on a weekly basis and see what's going on. Is the virus increasing or is it decreasing? And what are the risks and how can we keep you safe as we gather to worship? So keep us in your thoughts and prayers that we get it right and do right by each other. God bless you. Bye.